Hello everybody, you're here with Claudia Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today we're going to do a little video about beauty ponders. Which is sort of philosophizing, it's sort of pondering, questioning, and sharing a little bit of a testimonial. I always have said that when we share about our testimony, our experiences, and our perspective of our experiences, we're being very generous. Why? Because it's the only way we learn, right? Through us talking about our own experiences. And unfortunately, a lot of people mock it or criticize it or judge it, and so people tend to not then really share their experiences, especially when they're a shame or they're bad or they were difficult, and so we tend to not share them anymore. And I think that's damaging for newer generations because we need to learn from our elders. We need to learn for the people that already sort of had experiences and for them to tell us the things that actually happen in life. And what I mean by that is I was very surprised because I guess I was very innocent and naive, and I took life as it came, and I had a lot of questions, and I studied and talked to many people and listened. And what I found is that after many years, I'm going to turn 50. I know I say this all the time, but now I'm finding out that obviously, I'm not the first one to go through this, that there's many people before me that have had the same questions, the same ponderings, the same search, or the same concerns, or the same experiences, and they had to learn it the hard way, and now I had to learn them the hard way because I never heard of their experiences, and so on and so forth. And so I think that's why I always say, if you are telling about your life experience and your perspective of it, you're being very generous. So the generosity is in testimony. And the reason I say your experience and your perspective of the experience is because, have you ever been two people, two friends, mother and daughter, or whatever it is, two people to the same party or the same experience, or they watch the same accident happening, like a car accident, and when you start telling your story and what happened, sometimes it differs, sometimes it's completely different, sometimes it's not even close. And you turn to your friend or your mother, daughter, you're like, were you even there? I mean, where, what's the story here? And I think that's because we all have our own very unique perspective of what happens, depending on your life experiences before that moment, right? I hope I'm not going like this, as I always, but so anyhow, and I don't know why I started talking about that. All I wanted to say is generosity is in your testimony, and then I went to explain all of that. But that's not what I wanted to ponder on. Now, how long have I rambled? Okay, good. I have to keep checking the time and keep checking what's the story. All right, I have to trust. I have to trust the information that comes and comes along, right? Because we are entering the era of authenticity, and authenticity is not so much planning, and I guess it's not so much planning because things are changing so fast that even if you plan, things don't come together like planned, right? I guess some structure will be okay, and we eventually will go back to normal and structure will be good. And here I am again talking about a different topic. Can I just get to what I'm pondering about today? Jesus. All right. So what I'm pondering about today. So today is the 20th of February of 2022. Of course, you probably will see this video on another date later on. Maybe I should post it at least by tomorrow. So it has a purpose, right? Because I'm talking about the dates. If it has passed, what's the purpose? Here I go again. Anyhow, so I just was pondering. I mean, don't you find that interesting, the numbers and the fact that it's just zeros and twos? And so you have 02 for February, and then you have 20 for the day 20, and then the year 2022. But then you also have, that's today, Sunday, you also have on Tuesday, which is February 22nd. So now you have an extra 2 instead of a 0, right? In the whole date. Does that mean anything? Do you believe? Do you care? Do you think has something to do with anything? Now, I did wanted to share a little bit of, a little bit of the gather information. So in some numerology or beliefs or they obviously do think there is something special about those dates or those numbers, which to me makes sense in this way. Hear me out. It's supposed to be that we are, and the outside is a reflection of the inside, and inside is a reflection of the outside. Okay, that could be very wide philosophizing, right? But hear me out. We know, even if you believe in astrology or don't believe in astrology, but where the planets are does affect us in some way. Right? I mean, I don't know if you believe, it's your birthday or the birthday, in some horoscopes, you're an Aries, in another one, you're a Pisces, it varies, so it's not true. But let's not go totally there. Let's just think there are planets out there. We know that for a fact. And, we are connected in one way or another, even by attraction, rejection, gravity, whatever, we're connected. As the planets move, the world moves, we move with it. And it is proven that as the moon, if it's a full moon or a new moon, that the waters of the planet, the ocean rises or resides, so the waters are affected. And we know that most of our body is water, so if the moon is in a certain location or part of the cycle, it does absolutely affect us because we are mostly water. And you could say pressure, you can say, whatever the effects take, right? So that means the outside does affect the inside. So observing where the planets are and trying to map it and see the consequences or the changes might be important. We might put maybe not too serious on it, but some sort of attention to it, right? And so what did they tell you? What can we forecast? What can we get affected? There's also known socially, there's studies where there's a lot more trouble in the streets when it's a full moon. Trouble in the street, the police academy, they have statistics that when there's a full moon, there is a little more, let's say people get a little crazier, or there's a lot more fights, intensity, or there's a lot more accidents, things of this nature. I mean, it's there. So we are affected by these things. I mean, I'm just saying. It's the same as, I don't know in your country, but here, if you own a red car, sometimes your car insurance is a little more expensive because it's being proven by statistics that red cars are more prone to accidents because of the color. I don't know if it excites the drivers more, or you miss it, or you just go towards it. I don't know, but anyhow, let's go back to the pondering. So does these dates have anything, right? So according to the little that I have research read, or the lots, I don't know what to call it, but some people call these dates portals. Now, why portals? Because they mark a certain place in the universe, a coordinate. which is time and space. I don't want to get very complicated. I'm already 10 minutes into it. But in summary, because there's these portals that started, there were 2 years. It started in February of 2020. And now we end in February 2022. And inside of this vortex of this time and space, now we have these 3 days, which is today, Sunday, which is the 20th, Monday 21, Tuesday 22. So these 3 days are going to be extremely, you can say intense, or you can say a big opportunity to go deep and connect. Connect with what? I don't know, that perhaps because of all this positioning of the planets, you get to find truth of how you feel, truth about what you want to change, fix, you find clarity. And so to wrap this summary, to wrap this video up, it is about taking the opportunity to quiet your mind, connect with your feelings, and just see what the environment is advising you or letting you know. And my suggestion, because when there's volatility or intensity or this sort of periods energetically and biologically, like the full moon, that statistically gets you crazier, is to not cause any trouble. Don't get into arguments, and definitely don't allow bad thoughts to drag you down. If you find or think of regrets or the things that, oh my God, I should have fixed. How come I haven't done this yet? Or how come I haven't done this for this particular reason? So don't be hard on yourself. Don't bring yourself down. On the contrary, choose, because we have the choosing, uplifting and creative and optimistic thoughts, especially of yourself or your loved ones. And that's okay if you want to keep beating yourself up and if you want to be down on yourself, but can we push pause and do it after the 22nd? So the suggestion is, or the recommendation, of course, from my humble person, is to take this opportunity to just listen to what your thoughts and the universe is telling you, and if they are negative or heavy, to observe them and put them on hold until after the 22nd, because the cycle itself will respond, resolve, give you clarity, and give you the go after this little door or window of truth comes to you. And what the universe is supposed to be trying, I do this because that's the claim or the thought or the idea behind this whole thing about numbers and planets and all of this, is that nature is cleaning itself and is looking for order, equilibrium, structure, to then keep flowing and being fluid and flexible. But in this order, things that don't work for you, or things that are not meant for you, or things that need to shift, this is a time that energetically or planetarily or however is attempting to do a cleansing and restructure itself. And that includes us. And our psychology and our emotions and our relationships and all of that jazz. You know what I'm talking about. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. We can all feel it. And the people that can't feel it, they're a little bit in denial, I think. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love your comments below. about the times, about the February 22 of 2022. Anything that you want to comment is welcome. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it this moment. If you're confused why I'm putting these beauty ponders in a luxury makeup and fragrance channel, is because this is all of me. This is all of me, and I thought of creating 2 different channels, but this is all of me. So if you don't like this, that's why I'm putting beauty ponder. You can skip them, don't look at them, that's fine. But if you do like this this type of topics, then ooh, let's meet in this as well as the luxury makeup and the fragrances. And thank you very much for watching, and please comment below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.